Thank you all for joining us today for the GPAC postgame press conference. We have Head Coach Todd Eisner and student-athlete Connor Dillon from Winona State University with us. The Warriors are advancing to the semifinals in the 2024 NSIC basketball tournament after their quarterfinal win today over MSU Moorhead. We'll start off with an opening statement from Head Coach Todd Eisner and then open it up for any questions. Coach?
Just really proud of our guys. I thought our fight defensively against a really talented offensive team was tremendous. We knew that was going to be the key to the game. Benenga's such a tough cover, and then their two wings certainly put a lot of pressure on you, and then they've got great size in the front line. And I just thought our guys, really from the start, to hold them to 40% from the floor. It was 39 in the first half and a little over 40 in the second half. That always gives you a chance to win. So we weren't really pretty offensively, but anytime you can bring your hard hat into a game and defend like we did, gives you a chance. And I'm just so thrilled that I get to coach these guys another day. And that's what this time of the year is about for us, at least, is that we're playing for our postseason lives, and I get to coach these guys another day. So that's the most exciting part of waking up tomorrow.
Coach, you really emphasized, especially early on, the gang rebounding aspect, and it never really let up. It seemed like every shot that went up, multiple guys were crashing the boards. And every coach talks about the importance of rebounding, but specifically against this Minnesota State Moorhead team, how much more is that amplified just because of how good they are, how well coached they are?
Yeah, they average 11.5 offensive rebounds a game, and obviously you got 7'1" and 6'8", and Kinsey's a really strong athlete at 6'6", and so we knew if they were getting 11 plus offensive rebounds today, that was going to put us in a tough spot, and to hold them to 9 offensive rebounds. To be even in rebounding. Again, we aren't the biggest team in the world. Obviously, we go. Con will tell you he's 6'2", and that's on his tippy toes. And his brother's, says he's 6'1", but that's 6'1", 6'2" there. And we've started Alumide at the 3, which has given us a little more size after he been healthy. And but Brock's a 6'5" post player. So round down the line, we were outmatched size-wise, and just the fight to make them take tough shots. Number one. Again, I think I mentioned to you at halftime. The key to rebounding is getting teams to miss shots. And we did a great job of getting them to miss shots and then limiting them to 1 for the most part of the game.
This one's kind of for both of you. That last play, that last shot, did it go as designed? I know a lot of time at the end of games, teams will do whatever they can to force it out of your best player's hands. But you guys took a timeout, and I imagine you were able to regroup. And was that shot what you wanted, or how did it all kind of unfold?
Yeah, so I'll let Con kind of give his impression of it. I can tell you the sideline out of bounds play I drew up was not what we ran. But here's what I have known in my 26 years as being a college head coach: you don't try to be smarter than the game. And I've got one of the best players in the league, and at the end of the day, we're up 2, and if he can seal the game, I got to get him the ball. And so there wasn't any magic to it. It was get Connor the ball, throw a high ball screen out there if you feel like you can drop out of it and give him some space, or if you feel like you need to set it to give him some space. Let one of the best players in the league and maybe in all of Division II go make a play. And he made me look a lot smarter than I am. So that was what I drew up. He can give you his impression of what happened there.
Yeah, Coach said it. The goal is just to get the ball in my hands. They were switching kind of towards the end with Jennison, so it was kind of a tough matchup. I kind of knew just kind of make a move, go by him, but luckily I stopped, popped, and the ball fell in. So I was happy to see it.
You kind of mentioned when I asked you after the game about your shooting performance today, not the best, but I think a lot of players, especially in the postseason, it's kind of easy to see, it's not falling for me today. I'm not going to shoot much anymore. But you kept shooting, you kept being aggressive, you stayed in attack mode. Did you at any point feel like maybe it's not my day, or was your mindset just, hey, my team is in the best position if I'm getting up shots?
Yeah, I'm always confident shooting the ball. Every time it goes out, every time I shoot it, I think it's going in. Sometimes the ball just doesn't always go in, and I've been shooting it well recently. It was just one bad game shooting-wise, but happy to get the win still.
Right. Coach, you mentioned that this is, this last recent stretch, like I said, I think this is 7 wins in a row now for your team. You also mentioned the addition of Olumide kind of midway through the year. He comes and joins your team, having come from Ohio a year ago. But now, he's heavily involved. He had 31 against Northern, and then another solid game today. Only had 10 points, but I think you could just feel his impact. He had 9 rebounds as well. Can you speak to maybe the juice that he's given your team since he's been back in the lineup?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, and Con just carried us through the first half of the year, and if he didn't get 25, we were probably going to lose. And he still scored at a really high clip, even after Illuminate got over the foot injury. But it just gives us another threat. It's somebody that people have to really worry about. We've had a much better scoring balance, really, since he's joined our group. Brock Voigt's been another one that's been the second half of the year has been really, really good for us. And so it's just helped Connor, I think, not feel such a burden to have to produce at such a high level every single game for us, yet he's still done it. And so, the one thing I would comment about it is, I'm so glad that he talks about how I always stay confident. We really talked to him a little bit just technique-wise about the things he needs to do consistently, and where his biggest improvement this year is he's made in-game improvements. So if his ball gets a little flat, like last year, then he's going 4 for 16, and that ball stayed flat. And he's had multiple games this year where, all you got to do is say, hey, lift the ball a little bit. It's flat right now. And next thing you know, he goes on a run. But the one thing I've done, in my career is I watch workers. He's in the gym every day. And Illumide's in the gym every day. And if your 2 best scorers are in the gym every day, be smart enough to find ways to get them the basketball. And that's what we've been fortunate to be able to do the last half of the year.
Connor, Coach talks about, you guys maybe lack a little bit in size, but I think one thing you can tell just kind of jumps out on you on the tape is just your guys' heart, how much you fight. Do you guys take a little bit of extra pride, maybe a little extra, find that little extra bit of dog, to kind of, get the boards, be aggressive on defense because you don't have 6'10", 7 feet like some of these guys in the NSIC or even in the country have.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we go into games knowing that we're the smallest. 4 years I've been here, Connor Drew's been at the 5 for us. And, I mean, he's undersized 5, and he still works really hard at it. And Declan, my brother, insanely good rebounder. It's very underrated of his game, and just everyone just wants to fight on our team, and we just want to keep winning.
All right, last one for you, Coach. Just how do you continue after an emotional win? I mean, this was a tightly contested game, really emotional game, and you guys really fought all the way. I mean, Connor just played 39 minutes, and now you got to, get some sleep and go essentially do it again. So how do you do that? How do you regroup?
He's going to play 39 minutes again tomorrow, too, by the way, okay? As long as he doesn't get in foul trouble. So, that's the joy of this league and this tournament. You've got to be able to play, at least in this case, with us being on the 3-6 line, we got to play 3 games in 3 days. And if the bracket falls the way it's seeded, I mean, we'd play 3 top 10 teams if we're fortunate to make it to Tuesday. Duluth is really, really good. We saw him earlier this year. In December, we did not have Illumide at that time. Drew Blair's ridiculous. I mean, his ability to score the ball from really anything inside of 30 feet, his ability to drive it and finish. He's got really good size. Katona's playing at a high level. Jack Middleton's been, an important piece for them for a lot of years, and they've got all 5 starters back from a team that went to the Elite 8. So I know our guys are excited about the opportunity. We're going to figure out a way to get some rest over the next, 20 hours or so, and at the end of the day, we get to keep playing tomorrow, and that's the joy of it, and we're going to figure out a way to swing away tomorrow, and I know our guys will be ready to fight.
Connor, one last one for you. Being a leader on this team, what does it mean to you and your teammates to be going to the NSIC semifinals tomorrow night?
I mean, it's huge for all of us. Since I've been here, I've yet to be at the Pentagon postseason. I mean, I love my guys so much. We're all just a great group of guys, and we all stay together. So, I mean, hopefully we just keep this thing going.
Sorry, I do have one last one for you, too. Obviously, playing with your brother, playing in college, what is that like? I mean, obviously, you kind of grew up together, playing in college basketball together. What is that like for you guys to do that?
Yeah, we've been playing together all of our life. So, I mean, it's just a extra little advantage that we have on the court, just having that extra chemistry that not many people have. So, just great having him on the court with me.
Awesome. Coach Connor, thank you for your time in the post-game interviews here, and good luck tomorrow in the semifinals.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.